Yes, guys, welcome from me, Challenge Manager 0102. A real quick one here. The three-man epic game. Just a really quick update here on season 124. We are at the business end of season 124. And you can see where we've saved. And now our next session, all being well, should be in a couple of days' time. I'd like to think maybe by the end of the weekend we will conclude the season. So I will do another video closer to time when that's done and dusted. And you can see where we're up to. We're up to the Champions League. I'm there with Chelsea. Ian's there with Man United. Pep is there with Southampton. But let's go to the league, and there you see it. It's been topsy-turvy. Ian started so well as Man United. Just so you know, guys, I've restored this as a normal solo game, hence why you can see change player. He started so brightly, then he had a bit of a blip, and you know we all get the blips, and you know, from my point of view, Pep's point of view, that's what we're hoping for. So if I can win my game in hand, I will move to within 4 points, which is still a lot to do. Now, over the course of this season, it's been quite a season, and I'll explain. Oh well, I'm going to give it away, aren't I? Firstly, let's go to the League Cup. Yeah, that's where we saved. The League Cup finished like that. I was trying to think of a way I could do it without talk about the league without going to this, but you were going to see it. There you see, and to be fair to myself, I did deserve it. Yeah, that's the League Cup as it is. The FA Cup, it looks like it's going to be me and Ian in the final, potentially, shall I say. He's not got an easy game, though. Pep was shocked in the third or fourth round, I want to say. No, it must have been fourth round. I know he was shocked somewhere. Yeah, he was absolutely shocked. So it looks like me and Ian could well meet. In terms of myself, I had the World Championships, which I won. Of course, I won the Champions League last season, which qualified it for me. If you win the Champions League in an odd year, you have the World Club Cup in the December of that same odd year, which was 21-37. That's how it used to be back on the Tapani 2.19, which of course is the patch version we are using. Now, based on one of my other videos on tactics, that's the tactic I'm using, which is my newly formed tactic. And it's something that I'm really enjoying. Now, when I say really enjoying, let me show you my game against the League Cup semi-final. I lost the first leg to Pep. So the tactic didn't really pay off for me there, did it? I mean, you can see it didn't pay off for me there, particularly because Pep ended up with 9 men. But it was only the first leg, and I knew there was a chance. I knew there was a chance for me to turn it around. Turn it around, and there you see. Now you probably look at a goal scorer there, Arias. That is the Colombian monster, the regen of that the famous Alex Gill that Ian had, and I landed him. Very happy with his season so far. So yeah, going back to if I look to the league game that I lost at Man United, I was so fucking angry. I mean, look at those stats. Losing to them stats is one thing, but to lose 5-2 is just fucking outrageous. Needless to say, my goalie got a beating for that. I did make a fuck up though, and I'll show you my fuck up in a moment. My league game with Pep earlier in the campaign, did I have that tactic? You see, look, that tactic there. Although I did win it, only just really in terms of stats. But the first league game of the season, look at that. Now, I fucked up, really, in all fairness, because I had a lot of players, not an excuse, I had a lot of players on international duty, and I should have requested a postponement. They may not have given me it, they may have given me it. I think I had about 4 or 5 players, key players, and he thrashed me. And it was always going to be a bit of an uphill battle, because you can see, after winning against Brentford, I then drew with Sunderland. So by the time the first few league games had gone out of the way, I was in a really bad position. That being said, I did win the Intercontinental and the Super Cup, but who gives a fuck about them? So in terms of me, because I'm only speaking about me, because I don't give a shit about the others, I only care about me. It looks like Spurs are going to make 4th again, yet again. But, I mean, Ian, to be fair, has been top pretty much all season. But, of course, one of the turning points for Pep has to be this. This was sensational. I mean, Ian, it was helped. I mean, Pep was 1-0 up until the 80th minute. Ian had his goalie sent off. 2-0, 3-0 with another red card for Ian. 4-0. That was an absolute great performance from Pep. Probably wouldn't have got that performance if it weren't for the red cards, but certainly, from Ian's point of view, it was quite a shock. Ian drew with York there. Where did he lose? He lost to somebody in quite... There it was, Derby County. He lost 4-3 to Derby County. He lost away to Middlesbrough 3-2. So he's had his fair share. He's certainly had his fair share of surprise results and defeats and stuff like that. Let's take a look at Pep then. Well, we spoke about Pep. I mean, he didn't have the greatest Champions League second phase. He only just scraped being the group winners, which makes all the difference, of course, because you can see that I landed Grafschap in the quarterfinals. That could have quite easily been Pep. But Pep, you can see he signed off with a 0-0 draw with Wolves. 1-1 at Derby. I think Charlton, I want to say Charlton are a bogey team, because I lost to Charlton. Yeah, there it was. Charlton are fucking bastards. They lost me the title a few seasons ago, you may recall. So yeah, Pep's had a bit of a rough run of late. For the last 10 seasons or so. So in terms of myself, I'm very, very fortunate with my strikers, with that Gil regen, Duro, which I believe is Dzeko, massive last season, but struggled this season, because I've also got what I think is Lukaku. I mean, look at him, it's fucking amazing. My defence I felt was my weakest spot, and the big signing for me was... I've lost him, he's injured. It was this Nigerian. He's a regen of a Nigerian that we keep coming across. I think he can play at right back as well, but he's a solid right back. Left back, you may recall something about left back. Let me just show you my right back quickly, 15 assists. You may recall something about a left back that I've got called Erkan. Look how prolific Erkan has been for me in all the seasons, in terms of assists. He's an assist machine. Now, this has happened to Ian a few times. First time this has really happened to me, and it's my own fault. His contract run down, he would not sign a new one, and he's leaving. But, right, he didn't sign for Pepe or Ian. He fucking agreed Charlton. So fuck knows what Charlton have got. So the only thing that really means is there's a chance for me, Pep and Ian to get him again, maybe 6 months after that move. You don't know. I was really pleased that he opted to go there. Yeah, so very, very disappointed, but I tried what I could to try and keep him, and it just weren't working. It wasn't working at all. You'll see, I'll show you how unhappy Erkan is. Well, it was more than that. It was fucking more, I'll tell you that. You can see he's actually done well this season for me, but fuck him. But like I said, I went into my fullbacks. Toll's done really well, but not really as much of an assist machine as what I wanted. Escobar has come from the reserves. He's done very, very well. This guy now in right back has been phenomenal. Bazan is predominantly a right back, but does play at centre back. Lucas can play at either of the fullback slots. I've even got Herzog that could play there if I wanted. And then in terms of my midfield, big deal. This was the big transfer news here. One of my ex-players I sold to Pep shortly after buying, just to get a good deal. Ronaldo regen. Now you're probably saying, but he's 32 for fuck's sake. I just hope to get 6 months out of him. Pep was threw him in a deal. Now I'll explain the deal. Because I've got this new tactic, I'm not using DMCs. I don't want to use DMCs in the MC slots. So and I think it was a strong DMC that I sold to Pep. It was Nunez, very strong, and you can see how well he's done for Pep. But obviously I weren't going to just sell him to Pep. I want to get a good deal. Talking of selling, so Pep sold me a midfielder. Very, very surprised, because I think he's solid. That guy there, very, very pleased to have got him. So Pep sold him to me for a straight cash sum. So I was very pleased. Guy that's come from my reserves has done very, very well. Aubrey, which I think is Cavani regen. I think he'll be going at the end of the season. He's getting very unhappy. And of course, that's Xavi, who's midfield central. It suits him. But I've also got my experienced Dutchman there, who is solid. And still, look at that, 19 assists. Absolutely brilliant. Goosens has been superb for me on the right of my front three. But more than anybody, I mean, we all know who I'm going to go to here. And that is the Messi regen. Look at him, absolutely brilliant. He's been prolific for me constantly throughout. My last signing, I will show you him. I was going to get him on potentially an exchange, but I saw that they were happy to get rid of him on an exchange, so I bid for him separately, and I got him £2.5 million. Not sure where he's going to play yet. Not sure if he's going to play, but you never know. And Raphael Johnson, he came as a youngster. Okay, and that is it. So, fuck the others. Not going to go through the others. Hopefully, Ian will have a blip. But the important thing is, we've had our games against each other. Now, Ian's he's still got to play Tottenham away in the league. Now, that's going to be key. And that's really, I mean, I am going to be 4 points behind him, even if I win my game in hand. So, in terms of my games, I've got to play Tottenham at home. So, we'll see how we go. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you've got any questions, do throw it down in the box. And I'll see you guys soon. Take it easy from me.